Well, howdy, Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls. And I'm sure you can hear the fan on my computer struggling to work. I'm not even sure if it's spinning. I can sometimes see from the light on the back, because there's all sorts of LEDs on my motherboard, whether, it looks like it's spinning or it's not. And I'm not even sure it's spinning. So, thumbs up, but it's sure grinding. Like I said, it's loud. You can probably hear it. On my lap, I had a little Gojira. Ooh, she's a very cute hamster. I think so anyway. And she is a sweetheart, an absolute sweetie. I love her to pieces. I mean, without making her into actual pieces. But she's a cutie. I sneaked her out of her mason jar. She was awake, and so I made noise, and she came out to see what was going on. So I'm going to put her back in her cage now so she can go back to sleep if she chooses. And then hopefully my fan is not going to start going ticka soon, because I got to move my leg and get more comfortable here. Yeah, my cords are all dangly down here. Ah! Everything's falling apart! No! Oh well, I'll have to fix all that later. Anyway, though, I had it on its side yesterday, and then 10:30 last night, had to turn it off because it was tick-a-tick. So shut it off. This morning, on its side, tick-a-tick, turned it back upright again, because it was like, hey, a position change made the fan at least be quiet for a while. Maybe a position change will make it be quiet for a while again. Well, it's not going tick-a-tick. But like I said, I'm not even sure the fan is spinning right now. But it is just a horrible mechanical type sound of something struggling to do something. So yeah, I need another fan, and hopefully my CPU is not going to explode. Or burn out. Oh God. I should probably check on that. Especially if it's not spinning. But then, when it's not spinning, the light doesn't really show through, so I can hope. Maybe I should check on this while I'm doing this. So while I'm recording, I am actually going to also be checking on the temperature of my CPU, because I've got a program called Overdrive. It's an AMD chip, so it avoids all the Intel issues that Intel's going through right now with all the decades worth of issues baked into their chips. Yeah, my thermal margin is like 61, 63, 64. That's like how far it can go before it hits its max temps. And I've got like 65 degrees Celsius to go before I hit the danger zone. Because when it's gotten really, really clogged with dust, my radiators, and it gets really hot, it'll get down. It was for a time at like a thermal margin of 4 degrees. It was ready to burn up. So it's really loud, but it's working efficiently. Thumbs up for that. Is this really loud? I need a new fan. I don't have any money. I'm at minus 300 in my checking account, so yay. And then last night, I went walkies. I barely made it back. Oh my God. I went from my home down into downtown Shelton, and then up into northern Shelton to Walmart, and then of course back. But I barely made it back. I just had no energy. It was awful. Absolutely terrible. That is going to drive me nuts. When it starts going tick-a-tick, I can feel my blood pressure going up and myself just getting pissed off. This is loud enough that I'm not going to get pissed off quickly, but just the grinding noise and the loud grinding noise of it is, I can feel my blood pressure going up as I'm listening to it, because it's just pissing me off. So, oops, and I'm sorry. And I wanted to comb my hair because it's really sloppy right now. But my brush and stuff are in the other room. I took a shower, and so I took all the stuff out of my pants pocket, and I forgot to bring it in here. My sincere apologies. But, for my hair. One of the things that I do is I comb it over the other direction to make sure it's not too long and all that, and I combed it all over in the other direction, from here over that way, and it looked fine. So it's all of a good length, if it was thick enough. I was up when I was at Walmart, because I walked to Walmart, remember? I wanted to take a look and see if they had any hair clippers there. They had one that looks pretty good. It had like hair guides of like this long to make sure that, you know, your hair has to be this long or it's not even going to get cut. So there's a lot of good hair guides so that, you know, you can have your hair of, you know, like that long and just go vroom, vroom, and it's going to be fine. But because of there had been a run on stuff and things were knocked out of place, I couldn't tell the pricing. They had everything from $19 hair clippers to $60 hair clippers. So I don't know which is the one that had the really long hair guide. Because my hair is getting really thin right here. Super thin right here. And the longer your hair is when it's thin, the worse it looks. Hokey smokes.
Let's play a game, Odie. It's called Kick the Dog.
It's like, I watch Linus Tech Tips because I like tech. And I like computers and I like learning and all that. And he's got, you know, not just himself, and he's a fairly young fellow and he like owns his business and he's Canadian and he's a good guy and he really knows his stuff. But he's got a bunch of people that work with him, and one of them is this kind of heavyset fellow. And just like a friend of mine, except worse, he's 20s, he's in his 20s, and he's got bad male pattern baldness right here. Really bad, to the point that if you look at him from like this angle, you can see the huge, like hand-sized bald spot that's right there. Except for this 1/4 size section of hair up near the front, all by its little lonesome. Now, I understand why he's doing it. It's rough, it's hard. Your mental self-image includes you and your hair. And at his age, going bald right there. I mean, that's on the front part of your head where you're presenting your face. And there's the asymmetrical male pattern baldness he's got. That 1/4 size patch looks really terrible because he keeps his hair long. And so in the middle of this huge bald spot with the other parts of his hair, there's just this one really long patch that comes out. And it don't look good. The longer your hair, the thinner, the worse it looks. Again, I mean, it can be pulled off, depending. But mostly it's too hard. I mean, take a look again, once again, like the group, I think it's their Scorpions, the lead singer, is like no hair here. Just a fringe, but his fringe is shoulder length. And oh. So I really need to get this thinner because back here especially it is awful looking. So I wanted to get it shorter so it's not as thin looking. I mean, it'll be thinner looking because it's shorter, but it won't be as awful. Now, one of the things I've always thought was if I ever tufted out, like, you know, male pattern baldness where you just have a tuft of hair in the front, is I'm not going to tuft. I'm not going to tuft. Any tuft I have is I'm immediately shaving that part. I will not tuft out. I will shave my head daily right there. One person that's really pulled that off and in fact has really made an amazing change. I watched this Top 10s with Simon Whistler as the host, and he's really grown into his own presence. Because if you watch him from a few years back, I mean, he had hair and not a lot of hair. He was balding, but he still had hair, and he wasn't wearing glasses, and his presence was not all that commanding. Now he's like bald, he wears thick horn-rimmed glasses, and he has a very commanding presence and a very commanding voice. But you can tell that's his YouTube voice, because when he starts laughing and then, because he tries to pronounce names or he's reading a script and goes like, what on earth? And his just talking voice is way different than his commanding, I'm on camera voice. But he really grew into his presence. And definitely a thumbs up. I'm hoping I don't lose all my hair. I mean, I've got a pretty good head of hair for being 57, but like I said, I'm not even 57. I turned 57 in October. I'm 56. Ooh. But it's really super thin right there. And this morning when it was wet was when I could see scalp through here, even when it was starting to dry, going, oh boy, I need to get my hair short. Thumbs up! It's a big change for me too, because if you watch my earlier videos when I had like shoulder length hair, that's what I've always wanted, but never really been able to do, because I've had so much hair that my hair has not so much gotten longer as it's excuse me, as it's just gotten puffier and thicker. I've never had an afro because my hair has had finger waves and just these mega waves in it, but it's never been curly. But it's always just gotten just poof, poof, poof out like this because there was so much hair. It got longer, but it got bigger at the same time. And with my part, of course, it always looked like I had my head was asymmetrical because it was so thick here. Yay. It wasn't terrible. I didn't actually look asymmetrical, but there was a lot of hair here. Still though, I'm doing what I can. I actually was playing the game Bloodborne again. Have been playing again. I played it really far, and then it's been like 2 years since I played, and I've been getting back into it. Been having troubles, had to actually ask for help on how to get past one boss, the beginning boss, Father Gascoigne. It wasn't really the beginning boss. It was like the cleric beast on the bridge. That one was easy. Father Gascoigne was tough. The first time I played a couple of years back in Old Yarnum, where they close off. If you don't know the game, they've closed off part of the old city. All of the people are beasts because the people in the city have had a trouble with people turning into beasts. And the city is in ruins. Most people are beasts. There's hunters out. And you're a hunter too, killing beasts. But, try to remember what I was even talking about. Yes, but it's been closed off. And when you go into the Old Yarnum there, one hunter there tells you, I see you are skilled. You come here. Please do not. Leave them in peace here. It is closed. There are no people left. Leave the beasts in peace. They are not harming anyone. And when you don't leave, he's up at the top of this tower and he's got a chain gun. Because even though this is a fantasy world where there's no real tech, they've developed chain guns and he's taken you out at a distance. And he's a boss fight. So finally, I decided I can't deal with this guy anymore. I'm tired of him doing this. I'm going to go up and get killed. So I get up there. I climb all the way up onto the tower that he's at. And he's staying at a distance. And I'm firing my guns at him. And he's dodging. And I can't hit him with anything. And I just went, okay, this is ridiculous. I just need to get in his face. I just dashed up to him, hit him, kept him stun locked. He couldn't do a thing. Kept pushing him back. Got his health down like a fifth of the way, and then knocked him off the tower. Took about 10 seconds. And then I went, wait a minute, is that it? And then weep, as all the blood echoes from the dead guy went into me. And I was like, that was the easiest boss I've ever killed. Just thud, 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 thud. Ah! So I've made it past that point. It's nice to play it again. It's nice to remember. And usually, if I play a game, I have to wait decades before, well, not decades, but years and years and years, 5 or more years before I can play it again, because I don't like the repetition, the repeating. It just drives me nuts. But I'm getting better at it now. So going through and replaying and redoing all that has actually been pleasurable. Not in a nostalgic way, but in a, I'm relearning how to do this kind of way. And it's a good thing. And hey, I've also opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, which is still pretty big. I have a lot of people still coming in because of YouTube recommending my Lil Peep reaction video. So I have a lot of comments. I can't get to them all. I'm trying. There's a ton. There's going to be some that slip through the cracks. I got fibro. I do the best I can, but I'm one guy, and so. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker. We're just not good at that sort of thing. And it's a range of 20 to 25 because even though I count American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my depression, fibro, and more, I'm lucky I can remember that my name is not Rutherford P. Farquhar. And of course, let's see, I said the mispronounce, that part. Oh yeah, I'm not reading the comments right now because that would just take forever. I'm only thanking you for having left a comment. A good comment, a bad comment, and a different comment. Thank you for having left a comment. I'm going to do my best to read as many as I can. Thumbs up each one I read. Answer as many as I can. But as stated, there are so many, it's easy to miss. Let me call on my Chrome, where I have opened all those things. Ice Damon, greatly appreciated. Charles Wilson, thumbs up and thank you. Smile E. Made smiley into 2 words. And Charles Wolf, greatly appreciated. Sam Freeze, thumbs up and thank you. Roblox, greatly appreciated. Demon, thumbs up. Sacktown CBR, thank you very, very much. Maddie, greatly appreciated. Supreme Booba, B-U-B-A, thank you very, very much. FF, thumbs up and thank you. Dan M, greatly appreciated. Katiana Kago, I sure hope I'm close. Thank you very much. Carlos Bobadilla, greatly appreciated. Thomas S, hello. And the Prince of Pigeons, thumbs up. Cool name. Jake Galvanic, I sure hope I'm close. Thank you very, very much. Greg, thumbs up and thank you. Bottle Flipper, heck of a name, and thank you. Laudanum669, thumbs up and thank you. Cube Fish, and it's a picture of a cube fish in the little avatar there. Very cool. Slender Dan 15, thumbs up and thank you. Chris with an apostrophe, thumbs up and thank you very much. Alexis Vargas, greatly appreciated. And last but not least, Adventure Time. Thumbs up and thank you. Each and every one of you. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. A very good thing, especially since that is getting louder the longer it runs, and that's, my blood pressure is going up. If anybody could buy me like a 4-inch fan, I think that's the size, because the radiator's only like that, so it's like a 4-inch fan. I'll put fans on my Amazon wish list. If somebody could get me a fan and send it to me, that would be awesome, because I have no money, have no hope of getting money until after the 3rd of next month. And that ain't gonna be quiet that long. So if you could help, that would be awesome. Also, if you could check out my various links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, NearlySeniorCitizen.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. But if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I do take all good wishes. I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. Definitely a thumbs up. And if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be very cool. Greatly appreciated. I would understand if you didn't want to. I mean, but if you are down with it, I will do my very best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time, which will hopefully be long, long after we're dead. Like trillions upon trillions of trillennia from now. Exponential. Hopefully. I mean, it'd be bad otherwise. I don't want us all, I mean, we're all going to die anyway, so it doesn't matter. Just, it'd be better if it was later rather than sooner. Even though most of us do not know the date of our deaths, which is both a blessing and a curse. Because after all, you can make plans and then get hit by a bus tomorrow. Thumbs up. I don't want to get hit by a bus, especially if I'm like on the 30th floor of an apartment building and there's no buses. I don't want to hear the sound of a bus horn coming. Look out the restaurant window and see this bus coming for the window. That would be horrible, knowing that at any moment that bus is going to fly into the window and take out me and my party of diners. How did that bus get up into the air 30 floors? Who's got such well, that's a stupid idea, isn't it? Funny, though. Anyway, I got this video, in case you didn't notice, got another video coming up and another video I have to edit and render, so you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and good Lord, that thing is loud.